violation of human rights. It is against the 2008 Constitution of the Union of Burma. But the Rohingya people are living in Arakan State, Burma, since 788 AD century. So they are the sons of the swans of Arakan State, Burma, and they are the native people of Arakan. They are one of the indigenous races of Arakan and Burma. So there is no question, and this law doesn't concern with the Rohingya people. 1982 citizenship law was made just to strip off the citizenship of the Rohingya people. So it is a black law, it is an apartheid law. We condemn it and we reject it, we boycott this apartheid law.
Of all those Rohingya in that township received naturalized citizenship. That is a very small figure. And now we have this the Rakhine Action Plan, which essentially means Rohingya who are not already in the camps will be rounded up and put in camps if they are unable to show documentary proof that they had ancestors present in the country for the past 100 or so years. And it's kind of sorry guys, it's a little bit hard for me to produce documentation when our homes have been burnt down. Paper is very flammable.
Because the thing is, international community, mostly Western government, they think Burma is changing. Burma is in the transition to democracy. It has a lot of progress. So they need to support Burma. But in reality, the Burmese government, they successfully convince international community as well as the public Buddhist community in the country by using a lot of strategy. So for the international community, they feed some foods, like releasing in the past years, releasing some political prisoners and giving some chance to do some political activities inside the country. But at the same time, the human rights violations against the minorities, against the land confiscations and various kinds of issues, it's getting worse and worse. At the same time, they create communal conflict in Rakhine State, and it became widespread to the whole country. And by this way, by using that conflict, and it became to the religious conflict. By using that strategy, they have got support from the Buddhist community in the country. So they became more legitimate government at the international community, as well as for the public and inside Buddhist majority in the country. So that's allowed the government to continue persecute minorities.
And then on the other hand, they create a lot of religious conflicts all over the country. So they use the Rohingya issue to become the religious conflicts all over the country. So there's so many dangerous things for our transitional periods. But the government say to the international community, everything is okay and we are on the transitional periods and we are very willing to change. So it's really, really different. That's why we came here and we want to share those kind of knowledge to the international community.
So for me, it is, as I mentioned, it is very important this time. Since the violence happened in Rakhine State in 2012, the Burmese, the authority, even the president, they have already planned to finish Rohingya from the country. So the president thinks that the only solution for the Rohingya is to put them in the camps and to send them to the third country. But at the end, he couldn't implement that because of the international pressure. But now, in this month, we are trying to implement it again with the name of Rakhine Action Plan. So the government drafted an action plan named to be solved problem in Rakhine State. But which is really which is actually, as right group mentions, which is a totally genocidal plan for the Rohingya community.
And it's quite shameful that UN agencies, that INGOs, and that various states have allowed themselves to be bullied into not saying Rohingya. That's part of the genocidal framework. Some of the groups have tried to be pragmatic and said, oh, we'll just go along and appease the authorities so that we can get access, make sure people get access to humanitarian assistance. But then the OIC Special Envoy to Burma, the former Foreign Minister of Malaysia, was quite shocked when he was confronted by a demand. Yes, we want OIC aid, but you can only give it to Buddhists and Muslims that we allow you to, that we recognize. So it's not on the basis of need, and that also means no matter how much aid you pour in, the new structure, the Emergency Coordinating Committee, which is dominated by the extreme local groups, will not allow you to let Rohingya have any aid. So it's that kind of a big squeeze. All this appeasement is amounting to no results, and I think it's time. I think it's time that people read the Riot Act to Naypyidaw, and I think one of the most important pieces of this advocacy is a public acknowledgement that this is at very least a pre-genocidal situation.
The international community believes that the Burmese government is doing well. They are improving the country. There has been a lot of progress. So they need to be nice with the Burmese government. They cannot be. They cannot stay against with the Burmese government. So they have to be nice with the government. They have to be somehow agree with the government. So they try to avoid the words, using the word Rohingya, especially some UN agencies. So it seems for us it is also the element of genocide, denying their identity of a group. So that's the main challenges now we are facing. Before, in the past, we have got a lot of support or recognition from the international community, but now even we are losing that. And at the same time, for some countries, they have their own interests in Burma. So most of the country, they want to be, since the Burma, it seems like opening up, so they want to do business and economic in the country. So they don't want the Burmese government make anger.
रोहिंग्या भाइयों को लासो तौर पे कुर्रे हजार सलाम लाख लाख शुक्रिया जनाए खास करी रोहिंग्या कवरेज ग्लोबल से भाइयों क्लिनिकी इन लोगों डेमोन्स्ट्रेशन आरा जैसे यूनाइटेड नेशन और बिल्डिंग और मोदी करीब वाला बोलने की साहब जो बच्चे खास करी आरा मौलाना कबीर साहब आरा शाहबुद्दीन भाई आरा जैसे सलीम भाई आरा मौलाना शाकिर साहब आरा जैसे हजार हुसैन भाई अजीजे भाइयों को खाली रोटी जैसे आरा हक इस्माइल भाई आरा जाकिर भाई